We're going to talk about strategy. Okay, super important for strategy. How do you optimize seasonal opportunities with your business to make sure you're going to make money and you're not going out of money? I'm going to set my timer here real quick to make sure I'm on time. There's a couple of things. If you're one person in a truck trying to grow your business, my question is, how are you going to replace yourself? That needs to be the focus. So what's your pricing strategy? Get a hold of Matt, get some sort of branding strategy right now, thinking about it. How do you replace yourself in there? If you have 3 trucks on the road, how do you add trucks? How do you keep growing? If you're not growing, you're dying. That's the bottom line. That's what this business model is all about, this engine, okay? So let's talk about demand service. Key performance indicators, demand service. Service is the backbone of any company. I will challenge anybody on that statement. They are in front of more people and want more homeowners in any given day than anybody else. They can grow your business or they can kill your business with one great or one horrible experience. That's what it's all about. That's your product today. It's the experience that customer has, interaction with everyone and every touch with your company. And that is branding, is it not, Matt? Okay, that's what it's about. This is still a people business. So I'm going to run through a few things that are simple for you to track, right? There's really 5 key performance indicators, okay? One is, if you would advance the slide real quick, Ben. The first 2 have to do with efficiency. How efficient am I? Are my dispatchers riding efficiently? Are my technicians, getting through the job efficiently? Are they charging for all of the work? If you're waiting for the month end or the quarter end for a financial statement, it's too late. You have to be in the moment. Everybody say in the moment every day. Here's a very, very simple formula for you. Revenue divided by time ticket hours. If I work 10 hours for you, if I work 10 hours and I generated $1,200 that day, that means for every hour you paid me, I returned $120. And based on that, as long as my volume was where it needed to be, which is generally somewhere between 900 and 1,600, depending upon where you are, it was a profitable day. Okay? If you don't know what it is, do the math, and you have a good understanding of where your service department is at this point in time. And also how many dollars a day, and month to date, how many dollars a day? 2 things, right? Okay, let's go to the next one real quick, Ben. Replacement lead opportunities. Imagine a place where you could count on 10% of all of your service and maintenance calls would turn into a sales opportunity. Imagine that. One technician running 100 calls in the slowest time of the year, and that produced 10 leads. Service leads is you're going to close 7 or 8 of them. What would that do for your company? What would that do for you? If you're one guy in a truck right now trying to replicate yourself, how quick could you start replicating yourself at this point? If you're a larger business, you're not sure where the leads are coming from, Jennifer will do a great job with bringing opportunities in. Brigham will help you flip that into an opportunity for your technicians. And once they get in the home, can they perform at this level? I'm telling you they can. You've got the resources for that. 10% of opportunities, replacement leads. Next slide, please. Agreement wins. Now I say agreement wins because it's a team effort. Service agreements, when customers buy it, is a direct reflection of the experience they had with your company, the experience they had with your organization. And the best time to create that experience is when they need you most. When do they need you most? When the weather shows up. That's when they need you most. So the strategy is really pretty simple. Anything non-essential other than responding to your customers in the time of need, the non-essentials goes into the shoulder months. What's a non-essential? A maintenance green-up tune-up. That's non-essential at that point, because we should be doing that when we need the work and we can take the time to finish the job. So we open up for business. Open up for business when the phones are off the hook, when the website is lighting up with people that are dialing for somebody that can get out and serve them. If you do that consistently, and you create a great experience with those customers, you will exceed 40% of those calls. 40% of those calls or more, 40% minimum, will be a service agreement customer for you. What's that mean? You have 3 months of demand service. You have 200 calls per month. That's 600 calls for a smaller company, right? 600, it's 240 maintenance agreements. You kept one technician in front of enough customers to level out the slow times. Congratulations. That's how you grow a business. That's the most predictable, the most conservative way to grow. We can help you with that. We can show you how to do that. But ladies and gentlemen, it takes tracking. We have to know what's going on in the field. We have to track performance. We see a gap in the performance, it gives us an opportunity to go out and coach them up. It's not about beating people up. It's about making sure that we're listening to our internal employees and clearly understanding what's happening out there so we can help them get better by being a better business, by solving things that are in their way of making things happen, and helping them get better at their craft. Okay, 40%. Let's go to the next slide, Ben. IQ solutions, preemptive work. Low demand season opportunities with homeowners during the slower season should be 30% or more in terms of indoor air quality solutions and preemptive repair. So here's another expectation. I was a technician myself. I've owned a business myself. I've managed a couple of large companies years ago. And in my younger days, what really disturbed me as a technician is it didn't matter what season it was. It was demand season when we were stacked with 12 or 13 calls, which we were, or if it was slow season when I was laid off, wonder where the paycheck was going to come from. There's a year like that once. They always expected me to focus on all 5 of those things. My revenue, my time ticket hour, I agree that needs to be there all the time, but also replacement leads, agreement wins, and IQ solutions. Listen, there's a time for acquiring customers, and there's a time for going back and finishing the work. Next slide, please. All right, demand season is all about customer acquisition opportunities. Customer acquisition opportunities. We have to, I highly encourage you to manage the schedule and your structure so that, number one, you take care of your own customers first and your maintenance agreement customers first and foremost, and health or dangerous situations first, and then start to prioritize those calls that are not customer, that are new customers, new homeowners you're inviting to be future clients by age of equipment. Imagine, now stay with me. You've taken care of your customers and you kept your promise. These new customers come in, you adopt Power Selling Pro's strategy, okay? And having the urgency list. Is that right, Stephen? Urgency list. Okay, right. So, but when you bring those calls in, you start scheduling in order of age, oldest to youngest. And guess what happens? 40 to 50% of those are going to turn into a maintenance agreements. So you send your technicians back during the slower season with a high level of older equipment that may be ripe for a system upgrade. So imagine in the slower seasons of the month, you're in front of 100 customers, you get 10 lead turnovers, 7 of them sell times however many technicians you have. I'm guessing if I asked you to show of hands, do the math. That can push your break-even line way past break-even line, and that can immediately change the landscape of any organization. We can help you with that. Go to the next slide, Ben, please. Okay, no demand season. That's when we fulfill our promise to the customers that we acquired under the agreement and look for opportunities. Next slide, please. All right, so how to build a profitable service and maintenance team. Free Zoom workshop, Wednesday, May 20th, 9 o'clock Eastern. HVACcoachingcorner.com, HVACcoachingcorner.com. Select workshops and classes for more information, how to register. Second, we're having our third, count them, 3 times, virtual selling workshop. We've got about 25 companies that are that are selling virtually online right now and having a blast. The track record right now is most of them are closing somewhere between 52 and 65%. Get in on this. The next class is June 2nd. Again, www.hvaccoachingcorner.com. Workshops and classes. You can register there.